any time. So if you have a question or comment for the mayor, that's why he comes here. That's why the Lutz machine before him came. Not everybody can get to a city council meeting or even wants to go to a city council meeting. By the way, I'm sorry that the Zoom feature isn't on council meetings anymore.
The Zoom feature?
No, I texted Ferrick last Friday or last Monday and said, is it going to be on Zoom? And he said, no, we don't do that.
Oh, I thought we were going to continue to broadcast them via Zoom. We just weren't going to allow public comment via Zoom.
That's
you
fine.
You could watch them, though.
That's fine. No, I thought...
I'll have to ask about that because that was my opinion when I was asked is let's continue to broadcast them so somebody at home can watch them if they want.
Right.
But we aren't going to try to wait for people to raise their hands and then turn their camera on and all that jazz. So
good afternoon. You're on the air with the mayor.
Kind of disappointed in the mayor there on the engine on a car.
We do not need our car warranty renewed. Thank you.
You're disappointed. Why?
It takes a electric starter motor to get it started.
What was that?
It takes.
I can't hear the call.
I'm sorry. It takes an electric starter motor to get the car started. He said.
Oh,
thank you for that information. Correct. You're here sticking the needle into me again, aren't you? Come on now. Are you going to Eggs and Issues tomorrow to bother them too, or what are you going to do?
I might.
Oh, you'll be there. Don't tell me that.
Tell everybody the girls softball has a big game. They're playing Newell Fonda today at 4:30.
Girls softball at 4:30 playing Newell Fonda. That's right. And by the way, congratulations to the St. Edmund and Senior High girls for an outstanding season. The boys thing is getting underway, and we got a lot to be proud of as far as young women's sports here. Or can we call them girls, or how does that work now? Am I a sexist for saying that teenagers are girls, or what? Hey, thanks for your call. All right. Yeah. Okay. One of my loyal listeners there, Matthew. No, again, if you have a, well, should I say a real question? It's 515-955-1400, 955-1400. I'm just going to throw out here real quickly that Max Landis loved the Cardinals. Matt and I have talked about it many, many times, so I'm just going to bring up baseball with the mayor just for a minute. The Cardinals have a lot of talent. They do. And they suck. What's going on?
I don't know. It's been very disappointing I don't know. They were hot for a little period of time, and then all of a sudden the wheels came off. I don't know what's going on. I've had a hard time watching them.
Well, I got MLB package.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I did. It's $130.
I was going to say that's kind of pricey.
$130.
I get the NFL ticket package, so it's kind of one of those things. Do I want the baseball or do I want the football? And I prefer the football, so I stick with that. But a lot of times, because I have DirecTV still, I know I'm one of those people that still has DirecTV.
I have DirecTV.
You do as well.
Quality of the picture.
It is super nice and it's handy, but it's expensive. It's pricey.
It is. DirecTV is pricey.
Yeah,
but it's not a big a pain in the neck as media.
To be honest, I really don't watch a ton of TV, some news, sports. Occasionally I'll flip around on DirecTV and look for something to watch, but a lot of times we're streaming Netflix or something like that. And
that's fine.
So it's like, God, I spent a lot of money to not really use this as much as I should.
Well, come on, man. I just want it there when I want it there. You know?
Yeah, me too. But it still is kind of like, ugh, I'm spending a lot of money on this. Like my boys never watch it.
They're pretty much literally anyway.
Yeah, they stream everything.
You got a boy who's still living at home?
I have all my boys living at home.
Oh, they all live at home.
Yeah, so they're 18, 20, 23.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You were married with children by the time you were 23, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, married. Carter was born when I was 24, almost 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It doesn't make any difference. However you want to live it, that's fine. That's anyway. Mayor Matt Bemrick is here. 955-1400. Yeah.
My MLB app is all goofy again. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I was looking for something on here and I can't get it to work right.
How much is that football package you were talking about?
It's like 200 something.
Ooh.
But if I buy it right at the end of the season, then I get a discount, and I'm renewing versus being a new subscriber. So I think it ends up being like $185.
Okay. Well,
but they ding you for it, man.
They're digging.
They're
Well, it's
proud
like
of it.
it's like baseball. You can't see the local games, so I can't see the Cubs. I can't see the Cards, but I can see it on network or marquee TV or whatever the heck. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the teams. If I really feel like watching baseball or watching football, I watched. Who did I watch? Toronto and San Francisco the other night or something. I never see those teams. I can't. You just don't. I watched Arizona Diamondbacks and the New York Yankees the other night. Boy, the Diamondbacks are a terrible team. Nothing against them personally, of course, or the great state of Arizona, but man, they look terrible. And the Mets made the Cubs look awful for 3 straight games.
I was kind of happy with that.
I know you were. I know. Hey, come on, Nevin and I had a little fun with the 3-game sweep of the Cubs.
I cannot believe. I almost thought you guys would call me to harass me.
We should have.
Like, let's get the bear on the horn and harass him with this.
This has been such a poor season for the Cardinals.
So
they didn't have the heart.
Nevin and I have $1 a game
bet
on this. So it's not a lot of money. It's whatever. However many are in the series, and I think he's up $5 now.
Oh, is he?
I think so. I think right now we've only won 1 of 6 games versus the Cubs.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering properly.
Yeah. Cubs were rolling there for a while till they ran into the Mets. I'll tell you, that Mets team is solid. That's
they are good.
And oh gosh, I hate that they're in New York. But what can I say? If you have a question or comment for Mayor Matt Bemrick, it's 955-1400. I could talk baseball all day, of course, but we're going to talk sports with Randy and Nevin in the next hour, so we'll put that aside. Can you give us a mall update? It looks
we opened the roads into the new mall area on the north end. So 27th Street now stubs into the Crossroads Mall area, and then you come up to a T intersection, basically right in the jewelry department of the old JCPenney's.
Really?
Pretty close. It might not have been the jewelry department, but it was close to the jewelry department, I would guess. Anyways, and then it tees and goes east and west to Hy-Vee, and then to basically kind of Graham Tire there, the brown shoe fit.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. If you are out and about, those roads are open. You can actually drive through there if you wanted to.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We just opened them yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah. Unity Point Express Clinic, I think, is going to open sometime in early July, if I remember right. They're progressing on the discount tires. There's the Buckle broke ground across the street from
Is
the
that
mall.
the old brass buckle we're talking about there?
The Buckle that's in the mall currently
We're coming
is
up.
moving to that lot out in front of Hobby Lobby, where you saw that they took out a bunch of concrete in there.
That looks like it's
What's
going to be
work
a fairly big store.
Not too bad. It's pretty good size. It's bigger, definitely bigger than their current location in the mall. I don't know how many more square feet it is. Not sure. And then there is ATI Group, which is the developer we're working with on the mall, has some other stuff that they've got in the works. Hopefully they'll be making some more announcements in the very near future. And next Friday, the Iowa Economic Development Authority will vote to award the applications for the Iowa Reinvestment Act money. That application we have in for $18 million.
Right.
And that's basically the state collects their sales and use taxes and hotel motel tax in a defined district, and then they give that money back to the city in order to enhance that district.
That sounds great. I just want to make a suggestion to anybody who might be listening. Best Buy would work real well. I really like one of those, but who knows? And maybe we could get a book.
Best Buy is actually starting to build stores that are smaller.
That's fine.
In a lot of the larger mid-box retailers have kind of rebranded, and they're opening stores that are smaller because you go in and let's say they don't have what you're exactly looking for. They can order and ship things around and get them rather quickly. Well, I don't know right now because COVID still is kind of trailing.
Right.
causing raw material and material issues with manufacturers. But the logic is once all those supply chains and stuff get going again, you'd be able to order, let's say you needed a TV of some kind and you didn't like the options you could find locally. You could go into a Best Buy, walk up to a kiosk, hit a couple things, boom, order a TV, and 48 hours later, it's either in the store or getting delivered to the front door of your house.
That works. I mean, I can't imagine the challenges that retail people have today. I mean, I'm glad to see Craig.
It's a very different dynamic.
Oh,
and some stores are still doing extremely well, and others just aren't. You know, with me, I always go to Browns to buy shoes.
Yeah,
it's because I can't imagine buying. My kids will buy shoes online, and I'm like, how do you know you're going to like how they fit?
Yeah.
How do you know you're going to like how they feel on your feet?
That's what I miss.
And I think they've been kind of trained not to care. I don't know.
Well,
the generational difference, like when we were little, you went with mom or dad or both somewhere and you tried on different shoes. And,
of course you
and you picked out the one that you thought looked good, but also felt good. And nowadays, I think kids care more about how they look than how they feel, and they'll just wear shoes that don't feel that good because they look cool. I don't know.
That would make my grandmother pass out. My grandmother was an old Depression lady, and she had terrible memories of the Depression. But boy, she used to. The couple of times she dressed us kids, it was 5 buckle over shoes almost up to our knees, a scarf, in the winter. And
you look like the kid off a Christmas Story.
Oh God, yes. And
if you got pushed down to the ground, took 2 people to help you up because you couldn't bend any of your arms.
Grandma went out and bought mittens one time. And I looked at these mittens. I went, "What? I can't pick up anything." But she was. I think there had been a death from pneumonia in her family, and she just went crazy over she was so worried that we'd get pneumonia, and that was a lot bigger thing.
Well, back then,
to her,
the survival rate of getting pneumonia might not have been very good.
No, it certainly wasn't.
And now if you get pneumonia, it still can be fatal. But if you get the proper medical care, a lot of times they can help you.
I've been accused of being
most times
a sellout for getting vaccinated. I make no apologies.
No, I got vaccinated.
I got vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated.
I don't feel bad about it.
And the reason I got vaccinated because I got vaccinated when I was a kid and it always worked. I never got smallpox. I never got polio, any of those things. I never got those things because I got vaccinated. One time I got a flu shot. I still get them every year, but one time I got a flu shot, got sick as hell.
Yeah, I don't get flu shots.
Oh, you don't?
I haven't I have a couple times. And most years I just don't.
That's you do take a chance when you get a vaccination.
Yeah.
There's no doubt of any kind of vaccination. And I've heard of people who had COVID, got both shots, and got COVID again. So I
actually was talking to a medical professional the other day who said they had seen that happen personally. Yeah. They had patients that had been vaccinated that then they come back in and gotten COVID.
Yeah, there's no guarantee in life.
No,
it's kind of insurance, I don't expect to have a car.
Well, I liked the idea that, if I'm vaccinated, I can walk around and not feel like I'm endangering myself or others around me if I happen to have it and not know it and be asymptomatic or whatever. I don't know. And I know there's arguments on both sides of every single thing with COVID. But for me, I decided vaccination was what I wanted to do. And if other people don't think they want to get vaccinated, I mean, I'm not one of those forced vaccination people by any means.
Because we're getting a little crazy out there. I was reporting a story the other day. It was down in Georgia, I think, that a guy went into a convenience store and he had his mask on, but he had his nose out.
Yeah.
So the convenience store clerk checked him, wouldn't check him out unless he straightened out his mask. A big argument ensued. He shot her. He shot the convenience store. Oh, my God. I know. It's insane. What an insane story. I mean, first of all, the convenience store clerk was wrong. Shut up. Just check him out and get him out. That's all. He was trying to,
make his point.
But for him to shoot somebody over that,
that's extreme. On probably both sides.
You're what?
That seemed extreme on both sides to me.
I would think.
I mean, they're saying we can go around without. I was just in Las Vegas, Nevada. There was not a lot of mask wearing going on out there. I'm vaccinated.
Anybody have any clothes on? I mean, were you naked out there, man?
No, I was not.
No, you were not.
No, you would not want to see this naked.
Well,
I did go to the pool and I had swim trunks on. And
okay. Kept them on
I'm
the
a
whole
little
time.
tan now.
Yeah, you are.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
I got a
you
little
are.
sun.
Hey, didn't your folks have a wedding anniversary?
They did.
Well, how many years is that? 45?
48.
48?
Yeah.
Well, you're about 45. Well, how
I'm
old are you?
47.
You're 47.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to your folks.
Sue and Greg, yeah. 48
That's-
years. June
That's
16th.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. They built quite a life together.
They have.
Yeah.
They were very young when they got married,
They were-
18.
yeah, and not a lot of marriages survived that, but they were committed to each other.
They've
and,
been very committed to each other, and my mom's a great supporter of my dad and everything he's done with Bemrick Electric, and my dad's just been a hardworking guy that wanted to take care of his family, and he became successful out of just his hard work.
Yeah, he wanted a wife and kids too.
Yeah.
And he got it done, and he chose a good wife, and he raised his kids well, and my hat's off to them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that Greg did it all by himself.
No, no,
I'll get an angry call from your mother.
no, you won't.
No, I won't.
No, I forgot to even tell her I was on today versus yesterday, so she probably didn't catch us today. I should have texted her and said, "Hey, I'm on the air," because a lot of times she'll grab a glass of wine to listen to us.
Sure.
But normally I'm on at 4 until 5, on Thursdays, so it's kind of like perfect thing. My dad will grab a beer and she'll get a glass of wine. They'll sit and listen to us jabber and make no sense to each other for an hour.
But every now and then there's some diamonds in the rough that come out. There's some gold
Yeah,
in all of
yeah.
it.
We like to think that.
Well,
I think,
I turn it over to the,
as you can tell from the call volume today,
well,
we're sure we have one
All right,
listener.
Let me try it one more time. I know your mother isn't listening. Or
She is.
called.
Yeah. Probably
955-1400. You have a question or comment for the mayor?
like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we got like
not
5
even that. 955-1400. If you do have a question for the mayor, we never have gotten a lot of calls, and that's
We did pre-COVID. We were getting pretty consistent to where we'd get 2 or 3.
right.
But then COVID hit and all kinds of weirdness happened, and so
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
We get a burn. I didn't really promote the fact I was going to be back on the air. I just showed up one day, and people would see me in the street. Are you back on the air?
I got to take this call.
You got to.
Hello?
You got.
Hello.
The mayor's taking a call during a
No.
live radio show, ladies and
Sorry,
gentlemen.
you had the wrong number.
What? You don't want a warranty?
No, it's a number that I thought I recognized from a customer of mine, but
All right.
it was
Somebody else.
somebody else.
Good afternoon. You're on the air at KVFT.
Yes, I would like to know how the city is planning to spend their money from the federal government for COVID relief.
Did you get that, Matt? Okay. The question is, how is the city going to spend their money from COVID relief? Am I correct there, ma'am?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Okay, so that has not been fully determined because I think we have gotten estimates of what we're going to receive, but I don't believe we've actually received it.
Okay.
And it does come with some strings from what I have understood from some of our finance people. So we'll have to wait and see, but that will be very transparent on what it's used for, because I believe that we have to be very transparent about what it's used for.
That's a great question. Unfortunately,
It is a very good question. And you know what, if you listen next week, I'll be on Thursday at 4 versus now,
Yeah.
but I'll try to get a little more detail about when we believe we'll know exactly what we're getting. And I'll get some background on what uses are allowed. Because I know there's some cities that have already gotten their money, and I think they've done some crazy stuff with it. And so now there's already investigations and all kinds of stuff around the country.
I apologize to the caller. It sounded like she was in her car, but she dropped off about halfway
Oh,
through your answer.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, and I can't hear them unless you
I know.
shut me and you off and turn the overhead on.
We've had problems in the studio since I got sick last November. I've tried to come back a couple of times,
Yeah.
and I don't know. We've got gremlins.
We got gremlins and
We-
ghosts. Should we get Monsignor in here to do an exorcism?
Well, then I'd disappear. I don't think I want that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Matt Bremerick's been our guest.
It's been fun. Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Thank
everyone.
you. You bet. Juneteenth, don't forget.
Yes, come out tomorrow.
All right. It's 4 o'clock. The news is next. You're listening to KVFT in Fort Don John.